Now, the Soviet Union at that time, after the death of Stalin, was in turmoil for a while. And this fellow on the left with the glasses, a little bit darkened, was the head of the old secret police. His name was Lavrentiy Beria. He was a Georgian like Stalin. And there was a Politburo ruling Russia. That's a committee of a number of members. I forget how many members. There's probably about 10 or 12 of them. But they were all afraid of Beria because Beria had executed so many people during Stalin's time, and they were afraid that he would take over. But they didn't know how to get rid of him. The man who figured out how to get rid of them was Nikita Khrushchev, and he's the man on the right there. And what he did was he made an alliance with General Zhukov, a war hero in the Soviet Union. And one day the Zhukov soldiers came to the building where the Politburo was supposed to meet and arrested Beria and took him away before his guards could defend him. And then he was shot a few months later, and Khrushchev took over. So this is Nikita Khrushchev. He was the former, I think it was first secretary of the Communist Party of Ukraine before he went to Moscow. So he had lots of Ukrainian experience. He was born close to the border of Soviet Ukraine, near Kursk, you know, just the other side of the border. It used to be called Sloboda Ukraine or Sloboda Ukraine. It used to be part of that Sloboda Ukraine, and that's where he comes from. But we don't really know about his ancestry, and there's not that much discussion of it. I consulted a couple of biographies, and nobody seems to talk about it. So I asked people from the Soviet Union themselves, who was he? Was he Ukrainian or Russian or what? And some of them said, oh, yes, he was Ukrainian. There's no doubt. Everybody knows he's Ukrainian. You know, he was the first secretary of the party, et cetera, et cetera. He used to love wearing Ukrainian shirts, embroidered shirts, and that sort of thing. So that's Khrushchev. But really, we don't quite know. But he did have a soft spot for Ukrainians. That much we know. He was really a ruthless apparatchik serving Stalin and was responsible for the deaths of many, many Ukrainians. But after Stalin died, he seemed to change, and this affection for Ukrainians began to come out a little bit. And he released many, many people from the Gulag when they came home. I've interviewed some of them. I've talked to some of them, children of those people who were exiled to Siberia. Some of the children were born in Siberia and then returned to Ukraine in the early 1960s, thanks to Khrushchev. So that's Khrushchev.